We all know that when you take up a solid food, it directly goes to the food pipe. Chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the composition, structure, and the properties of the matter. So we can say that the chemistry is a part of our life because we are using a different types of the chemicals. While again protecting the crops, we are using a different insecticides which is manufactured in the chemistry. Hello my dear students, welcome you all. Myself is Purnima, lecturer in Department of Chemistry at Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So my dear students, let's begin the session with the bridge course. Most of you have know about the bridge course. So a bridge course is a additional course that helps you to understand some of the basic concepts that you have already learned in your previous classes to the next upcoming higher classes. It's act like a bridge between the basic course to the advanced courses. So what is the need of this bridge course? If you don't study this bridge course, you'll never understand what are all the concepts that you have already learned in your higher primary classes to the pre-university level. So that is why a bridge course, it is very important for each student just to give a put up from a basic course to the advanced courses, and it is very important for your pre-university journey. So let us move on to the chemistry bridge course now. Most of you, if I say that what is a chemistry, most of you are thinking about that you are wearing a white apron, standing in a chemistry lab and holding some glassware, and you are thinking that you are doing some chemical experiment. Right? But when I heard of chemistry, I used to get many questions. For example, how the solid food will be digested in our body. We all know that when you take up a solid food, it directly goes to the food pipe and then it will enter to the stomach. We all know that in the stomach again, the hydrochloric acid, it will divide the complex food into simple food. Again, the chemistry will come, right? Because some reaction which is taking place just to convert the complex food into simple food. Again, if you consider the drugs, we all know with the drugs and we used to take the plenty of drugs in our life, right? For example, Dolo, paracetamol, just to cure the cold and a fever, right? So all these drugs, how do they react with the body organ and how does it cure the diseases? That is also quite interesting, right? And also coming into the fuel, we all know that we used to take the liquid fuel. How does this a liquid fuel which is get converted into energy? Again, it a question, right? So the answer for all this question, a single word, is a chemistry. Because a chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the composition, structure, and the properties of the matter. What is a chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the structure, composition, and the properties of the matter. We all familiar with the word matter. We all know that in our surrounding, so many different kinds of the material will exist, right? All these materials, they made up of a matter. Then what is a matter? We all know that anything which occupies a space and have a mass, that is known as a matter. So this is only the branch of science that mainly deals with this composition, structure, and the properties of the each matter. Not only our chemistry is a part of our science, it also a part of our life. Let's see how do the chemistry it become a part of our life. The best example is the chemicals which we used in our daily life. For example, the water which we use just to take the water. If you take the water, we used to use the water for the so many different kinds of the, according to the different requirements, we use the water. Again, the water is a compound. So, we used to study this water in the chemistry. In addition to the water, we use the different types of the salts. For example, sodium chloride, that is a table salt, and the sugar which we used in our kitchen just to give a sweetness. In addition to this, we use a toothbrush, toothpaste. Again, it is a calcium carbonate, and also we use a toothbrush. Again, it is a polymer. In addition to this, we use a vinegar and we use baking soda for cooking the food, and also we use a bleaching powder. All these chemicals which we use in our daily life, which play a very important role. Without all these chemicals, the life will never get started, right? In addition to this, we use the soaps and detergents. Again, it comes under the chemistry. So, we can say that the chemistry is a part of our life because we are using a different types of the chemicals. Here, I have listed only few chemicals. Instead of that, you can list some more chemicals which we used in our daily life. In addition to this, a chemistry play a very important role in maintaining the hygiene. We all know that we are in a global pandemic diseases called as corona. Due to corona, we are aware of washing the hands and we are aware of maintaining the social distances, and also we are sanitizing our hands regularly, right? For the sanitization and also for washing the hands with the soap, and also we have started taking up the vaccination. All this comes under the chemistry. So, we can see that not only are chemicals which we used, in maintaining the hygiene also, we use the chemicals. Chemistry play a very important role. In addition to this, chemistry which also play a very important role in a food production. Ma'am, how do you say that chemistry will be more important for the food production? It comes under biology, no? No. See, for example, during the photosynthesis, we all know that green plant, what it will do? It will take the carbon dioxide from the surrounding, right? And it will use the water from the roots, and in presence of sunlight, it will prepare the food. Again, there is a chemical reaction which involves during the photosynthesis for the preparations of the food. Once the food which is preserved, what we have to do? We have to maintain the crop, or we can say that we have to preserve the crops, or we have to protect the crops. While again protecting the crops, we are using a different insecticides which is manufactured in the chemistry, which is manufactured in the industry, And again, after protecting the crop, we are preserving the food. That is very important, right? For the preservation also, again, the chemistry will matter. We use the different preservative techniques just to preserve the food. Not only in the preservation, not only in the crop protection, not only in the crop protection, the chemistry play a very important role in improving this crop production also. Because we all know that we are living in India and we have a huge population. For all these human beings, we need to meet the basic need as a food, right? To reach the food to the each and every individual, the chemistry play a very important role just to improve the crop production. In improving the crop production with the good varieties of the crops, the chemistry play a very important role. Next, After understanding this, we need to see that which are the branches will be there in the chemistry. Till now, we have understood that what is the chemistry and what are all the uses of the chemistry in the daily life by using chemicals, and also it play a very important role in maintaining a hygiene, and also it play a very important role in food production, right? Next, we'll move on to the branches of chemistry. Why it is so important to learn these branches of chemistry? Once you understand that chemistry is so important and it's become a part of our life, we need to know these branches. Because in all these branches, you are going to study the chemistry in a different way. We have usually 5 branches. First one is organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, physical chemistry, biochemistry, and analytical chemistry. Here, I have mentioned only the 3 branches because in your pre-university level, you are going to learn the chemistry in mainly with the 3 main branches. The other 2 branches, you are going to understand in your higher education level. Okay? So, let's see what is the organic chemistry. This organic chemistry, which play a very important role in our chemistry part, because we are going to learn more about the carbon and its compound in this branches of chemistry. Coming into the inorganic chemistry. In inorganic chemistry, we are going to understand the elements and its property. So, we are going to understand the element and its property in the inorganic chemistry. Whereas in the physical chemistry, we are going to critically analyze the chemical reactions, or we can say that we are going to critically analyze the mechanically, we are going to analyze the chemical reactions in the physical chemistry. So, these are the 3 main branches of the chemistry. Which are those? Organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and the physical chemistry. Coming into the experiments. Most of you have know about the few experiments which you have done with your 10th standard, right? Most of you have done with the acid reaction, base, how does it reacts, and neutralization reaction. Hope you all also done with the indicators, right? You used to do the indicator test for the acid and bases. In chemistry, especially in the pre-university level, you are going to handle the chemistry experiment individually. So, why this chemistry experiment so important rather than the theory? What you have learned in the theory, most of the things you are going to understand laboratorily by doing some of the experiment. So, you are going to understand the few things in the theory part to the experiment part. So, then what is the experiment? We all know that experiment, it is nothing but simply a test for the hypothesis, right? So, in the chemistry, you are going to do different types of experiment in the laboratory. The example for this is a color change. So, you are going to do a titration. In the titration, it is a common volumetric analysis where you are using the titrant and the analyte. So, you are going to check the volume of the concentrations of the analyte by adding the titrant. And it is very simple to do the titration, because at the final, you will find some color change in that titration. And it is very simple for you to do this titration, and it is very important both for the first PU as well as for the second PU. So, in the first PUC as well as in the second PUC, you are going to do the titration where you are going to identify the color change. Okay? Why it is so important? Why these experiments are so important for us? Because what you have learned in the theory part, you may not understand sometime. So that is why they have kept this experiment, make you to understand and make you to develop the curiosity towards the chemistry. And also, when it comes to the laboratory, some of the laboratory techniques also you must learn. So, how to hold the apparatus, how to do the experiment, it's also very important. So, that is why they have placed the experiment in the chemistry as well as in physics as well as in the biology. And it is very interesting also to do the experiment, right? Coming into the last part, that is the importance of the chemistry in the daily life. Just now we have understood with the branches of chemistry, and also we have understood that why the experiments is so important in the chemistry, and also we have understood that how the chemistry has become a part of our life. Now we are understanding how the chemistry has put its effort to maintain this human life so comfortable with all these different kinds of manufacturers. For example, in the manufacturing of the fertilizers, the chemistry play a very important role. Not only in the manufacturing of this fertilizers, okay? It include the manufacturing of the insecticides, it include the manufacturing of the pesticides, and also it include the preservations of the food also. It include the food crop production also. This is how the chemistry play a very important role in maintaining a crop production. In addition to this, you can say that chemistry which also play a very important role in developing the industries. We all know that soap industry will be there, and also detergents, and coming into the acids, salts, For all these industries, the chemistry will be a basics. Without this chemistry, they cannot prepare or they cannot manufacturing of the soaps, they cannot manufacturing the detergents. Because of the chemistry, it play a very important role in developing all these different kinds of the industry to make us human life so comfortable. Okay. In addition to this, dyes, which is nothing but a color. We used to wear the different types of color dresses because of the chemistry. Nowadays, chemistry play a very important role, especially in this branch. So, they are going to give different kinds of the color because of the chemistry. In addition to this, polymers, which we use in our daily life, we use the thermosetting plastic and thermoplastic and thermosetting plastic which we use. Again, it comes under the chemistry. So we can say that chemistry is not a branch of science, it is a part of our life. In addition to this, chemistry play a very important role in the food. In the manufacturing of the food, the chemistry play a very important role. And also in the healthcare product, it includes the drugs. Okay. The chemistry play a very important role. Especially we used to take the different kinds of life-saving drugs. For example, we used to, in earlier days, we used to take the penicillin, which is a life-saving drugs, and cisplatin just to cure the cancer. And nowadays, we are taking the covaxin, which is one of the life-saving drugs, because that used to get rid of the corona. Right? So, we cannot say that if you take the corona vaccine, we will never get the corona. We will get the corona, but it depends upon the immunity level of the each individual. Okay? That comes under the healthcare product. Not only in the healthcare product, that is in the drugs, it also play a very important role in the other products of our life. For example, when you wake up, you will use the soaps and you will use the paste, you will wear the dresses, and also you will used to have a cosmetics in your daily life, right? All these products, again, it is manufactured under the chemistry. This is how, compared to other branches of chemistry, other branches of science, chemistry play a very important role. And we can say that chemistry is a part of our life, and to overcome the human needs, chemistry play a very important role. At last, I like to say that after this bridge course, you will understand that what is a chemistry and how the chemistry is so important for the human life and how does it become a part of our life also we have understood. And at lastly, I like to say that think like a proton and stay positive. The person who thinks positively, he become a thinker of, or we can say that he become a hydrogen bonded motivator. A person who think positively, he definitely become the hydrogen bonds of the motivator. So stay safe and be safe. Thank you.